Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela Web Dev. In this video, we will learn about the data types. In a depth concept, we will try to learn it. So in the C language. So up to now, we have learned overall the primary data types we have learned like integer, float, these things we have learned. So now we will try to understand about these data types and how much size will it take and all those things in depth we will try to learn. So normally you know about this one. C programming language normally offers three primary data types. That is nothing but first one is the character, int and float. So these are the three primary data types which will be the C programming will be offering. Each of these types can have variations. So for the time being in this video we will learn about this integer thing. Okay. So each of them can have variations. For example, let's say that let's take the integers data type. So the variations are, first one is the size based. So one is size based and another one is the sign based. Okay. So these two are the two different. And another one is the sign based. So here the size based means you will be having again three types. One is short, another one is the long, and the last one is the long. So you already understood about this one, and you also have an int also normally. So the another sign is the signed and another one is the unsigned. So these are the different types you will be having. So different variations you will have in the integer based. So in character based and float based also you will be having this one. First we will learn in this video about the integer based thing. So size based, so we will be having short, long and long, signed and unsigned. So each of these take different types of sizes. We'll try to see about the sizes thing. So now integer variations we are learning. So first one is the size based variations we have learned. So now in the size based variation, so let me try to, the integer sized variations, short, long are used to control how much memory a variable takes and the range of values it can store. So that is a main thing. So here how much memory each variable, so for each data type here, short, long, how much memory it will take and how much the range of values it can store. So rules for sizes across compilers are as follows. Short will take at least 2 bytes, long will take at least 4 bytes and the long will take at least 8 bytes. So this is the size, the memory size which it will take. So here the rules about the relationship is, so the rules also you need to understand. So short is never bigger than int. Okay, short is small one, and int is never bigger than long, and long is never bigger than long. So that is the main thing. Now I will try to show you a basic simple example demonstrating the size and the range of values, how much it will take. So let's go to our code here. So I already have a code with me. So let me copy this one and I will paste it here. So this is the code. If I try to run this one, so here you will be able to see. So here what I was trying to do it is, I am trying to print the size of the short. So here you will be able to see size of the short. Okay, in the bytes I am trying to print. So it is telling it is a 2 bytes. And here I am printing the size of the integer and it is telling it is a 4 bytes. And here I am printing the size of a long, it is 8 bytes. And here also it is telling the size of long, it is an 8 bytes. Okay, so this is the different types which you will be able to see, and the range also. So here also you will be able to understand the range also. So here the long and the long is showing one and the same only. So the short int means these are all signed integers. So the short int means, so the maximum value it can store is minus 32,768 to 32,767, whereas the integer it can store is the 214 some like this. And this is a big number. So these are the range of values, this much value that it can store, whether it is an unsigned or a signed integer. Okay, so that is the main thing. Now you understood about the sizes of this one. So long and short and int and all those things. So now I will be trying to explain you about the signed and unsigned variations. So now signed integers. So I will try to tell you about the signed variations. So now you understood about this short, int and long, right? So for example, if you are having a signed short or unsigned short means, then is there any variation in the memory byte size or in the range? Will be any variation? We'll try to see it. So signed and unsigned variation. Signed integer, it can store both positive and negative values. So this is by default the integers are all signed integers only. it can store both positive and negative values. For example, a short 2 bytes can store values minus 32,768 to 32,767, which we have seen it already. And next one is the unsigned integers. So if you mention it as an unsigned short means then it can only store the positive values, it will not store the negative values, effectively doubling the range of positive values. So here for example, an unsigned short 2 bytes can store values 0 to 65,535. So it has been doubled. So this one has been doubled here. Why? Because we are not storing the half of the values, negative values, we are not storing it. So here 0 to 65,535 it will be stored. So now I will try to show you the example for this one also, so that you can able to understand it very quickly, easily. So here I am having a short signed integer. So by default it is a signed only. If you don't mention it, by default it is a signed only. Short signed int of a minus 10 and short unsigned int of b 65,000. So now if I try to run this one, so now you will be able to see the output minus 10 and this one. So if I try to mention this one as minus 11, let's try to see what could be the output for this one unsigned thing. If I try to run it, so here it is showing 65,665 something like that, it is showing unsigned. So minus 11 it is not storing the value. For example, let's say that for this one, if I try to let's try that. So this one is storing the 65,000, right? So now we are able to see. I will try to save it something like 32,778. Let's try to see whether it can show the value. If I try to show here, see it is going to minus 32,758. So how it is going is, I will try to explain you that one also. So now here signed short means, so it is so this is the values, the size it will be having. Okay, here A is assigned, so it can hold the negative values. B is unsigned, so it can hold the larger positive values. So declaring the variables. So you here now normally how we will be declaring the variables is, if I will try to show you. So short signed int A, short unsigned int B, int I, unsigned int J, long signed int, long signed int M. Like this you can define it. So I told you right, by default it is a signed thing, so there is no need to mention the sign also. So if you want means directly you can mention it like this. Short signed int of A means signed and int is normally we can remove it. Short A you can do it. And here short and int A by default you can do it. Unsigned B you can do it. Int I, int J, unsigned J you can do it. And here you are using long X, unsigned long X. And here you can see long A, unsigned long N. So like this you can use it to declare the values. So that is how you will be doing it. So now you can omit the signed and int keywords as they are implied. Now let's try to, that's it about this one all. So impact of using the unsigned integer. So what will be the impact of using the unsigned integer? So you need to understand. Using an unsigned integer shifts the range entirely to the positive numbers. For example, on a 32-bit system, signed int means minus 21 something like that, right? So if you are using unsigned int means automatically it will be doubled. So that is the main thing, main impact which you can be able to see it. So in the summary, in the closing summary, what I want to tell you is, so here you need to understand the summary. So by this we will be closing it off. Short means at least 2 bytes, at least 4 bytes. Long means at least 8 bytes. Signed versus unsigned. Signed integers can store both negative values and positive values. Unsigned integers can store only positive values, doubling the range. And choosing the data types. Use unsigned for variables that cannot be negative. Example, counting like that. And use long or long for variables require a long range. This clarity along with examples should help you understand how primary data types and their variations work in the C language. So hope you understood about this integers concept about the data types. So if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.